old-fashioned, forgotten Christmas traditions. Well, the good thing about holding your breath in means that you have some good, powerful lungs, which you would be needing for caroling.
See,
I think that's
I definitely don't take part in that.
no.
No?
And
No.
if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's like not to be mean or anything, but more Caucasian neighborhoods, if anything.
I don't know. I mean,
Well, I'm just like, do you see any like black people doing it? Any Mexicans? Any Asians? Church don't count.
well, I kind of might have to disagree there because in church they have the chorus. You know, they have a lot of singers, and
church don't count.
A lot of black people though, they have really good voices. You know, they got
that's at church.
pipes for singing. Like,
but caroling is when you go in front. Caroling is when you go in front of the houses and start singing and all that, and go.
No, yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean that someone from church can't go caroling. I mean,
but have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. We live in Texas, dude.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen it personally. That's just a tradition that I've seen in movies and TV shows and things of the sort, but I've never in my life ever witnessed it once in person, regardless of where I am, whether I'm in a nice part of town or in the ghetto.
Would you say movies like Jingle All the Way?
They do some caroling there.
Huh. But maybe it's a regional thing.
Yeah, possibly.
It might be. I mean, like you said, I've never seen it. Every Christmas I've spent it here in Texas, so I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe it is a regional thing.
Yeah.
Well, I know I didn't see that in California or North Carolina or Arizona either, because I was there during Christmas time for a little bit.
Yeah. No.
Maybe the northern states, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it snows way more up north than it does down here in the south. So maybe it, kind of sets the mood. And I don't know, dude. I don't know. If there was snow, I'd sing. I'd go out there. Like,
would you though?
Du hast.
There he goes.
I can carol.
I was expecting Trogdor.
Dude, what is up with you? Dude, you are like in love with that song right now.
Hey, it's a funny song, dude.
I think we should start. We should start. Yeah. Just get together, go door to door. Trogdor.
You know what? Yeah. I'll let you take the lead, and I'll let you know if I want to join in or not. But you go ahead and get it started. You be the pioneer.
You should just get the kids to do it. Nah. Get the kids to do it.
You know what? Maybe I will.
Okay. What's next?
All right. Celebrating the supernatural. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the telling ghost stories, huh?
I was thinking, you don't think like Santa Claus and Rudolph, since he's a talking reindeer, and Jack Frost, snowman?
Oh, well, you know what? They could be looked at as supernatural beings, or yeah. I mean, yeah, you might have a point. Good thinking.
Yeah. I could consider it, I guess.
That's why they come out once a year, because Sam and Dean might catch them slacking.
Maybe. Let me read this to you real quick. And it wasn't just ghost stories that once made Christmas the most eerie time of the year. There used to be a huge supernatural component to Christmas. For example, in some parts of Europe, it was believed that supernatural activity was at a high on Christmas Eve, sort of the way it is on the Day of the Dead. Additionally, in Germany and Poland, if a child was born on Christmas Eve, they were considered more likely to be a werewolf.
What?
Well, that sucks. I know like 2 people that were born on Christmas Eve. That's definitely a weird tradition to uphold.
Cool. They tied them up and burned them because, they were like on witch hunts and shit like that. If somebody was born on like Christmas Eve or whatever, would they have just like killed them?
Maybe.
Yeah, huh.
It's possible. I mean, thinking realistically, if that was what the beliefs were back then.
Yeah. I would have sucked.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy I'm a May baby.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, kind of glad that one's not upkept. So this one kind of goes with that as well. The next one on the list, thinking of Santa Claus as a gnome.
Huh?
I think no, not as a gnome. I've heard the belief that he was like an elf.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he's like immortal or some shit, and he's
Yeah.
like the head elf.
Right.
But the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen will tell you otherwise. Yeah, I've never heard of him as a gnome, only as an elf.
Well, what's interesting here is it says here that in 1938, Coca-Cola actually changed the image of Santa Claus. He used to be depicted completely different. Like there was many different depictions of him, but the most popular ones were like he was like a gnome or an elf, just like you're saying. But yeah,
Huh.
Coca-Cola made the new standard for Santa Claus. What we see today, big 6 foot tall, red suit, big beard, like that's the Santa Claus that we know today.
Was
1938,
created
Coca-Cola.
by Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh.
and actually, I did know that one. He was supposed to be modeled after one of their employees or something of this sort, who was always like happy or some shit. I had read it a couple years ago.
I hope he got paid for that.
I think he did, or he might have been like one of their executive members or something. But yeah, he was someone from like the Coca-Cola company that they modeled him after.
So what you're saying is Santa Claus is a fraud.
Yes,
No.
that's what I'm saying.
He's real. He's real, damn it.
Of course, nobody's saying he's not.
This whole time I thought he was real, man.
I'm not even sure what this next one is. Let me read it to you guys. Worrying about Santa's gruff helpers. Prior to the modern adoption of reindeer and elves in St. Nick's mythology, Santa's helpers were a little more sinister. Instead, he would have these gruff characters that walk around with him and dole out punishment. This includes the menacing Krampus, a horned
I was about
goat
to say.
demon.
Yeah,
Okay. I know Krampus and Goat Demon.
And that was populated in Austria, Hungary, Slovenia, and Slovakia. Huh.
yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, I know that there's a few Krampus movies out there,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're definitely something.
I haven't seen them myself, but like I guess that's to try to get kids to act good during the year or some shit, huh?
Yeah, I heard Krampus is just for like the bad kids. Instead of getting a piece of coal, they get Krampus.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be
Is
some scary ass shit, man. Be good, or Christmas Kukui is gonna get you.
I mean that they've made like a monster for everything, right? Like if you go out late at night in Mexico, you get caught up by La Llorona. If you're bad, I guess you get the Krampus at the end of the year or some shit.
Mm.
But
If
this is all like Eastern countries with all these myths and all that, huh?
Well,
Like
yeah,
Europe,
Yeah.
Slovakia, Slovenia.
yeah, but some of those still transfer over. Like they came with immigrants and whatnot, and it's still populated
Yeah.
here in the States. At least some of it, maybe not all of
Yeah.
it. But I mean, Krampus is still a thing. Like I said, like
I'm gonna
there's
bring
a
him back.
couple movies on Krampus, and I mean, they're not the greatest movies,
Krampus.
but he's still around. Yeah,
You're like Krampus. Oh crap!
oh, you know what? That kind of goes hand in hand with celebrating the supernatural and
It does.
the telling ghost stories and shit, huh? Like the Krampus and like all these horror movies that come out during Christmas.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You-
Yeah,
you know what?
never-
I think
never
I'm gonna do
about
that. When I have kids, I'm gonna tell them if you're not good, Krampus is gonna come instead of telling them about the coal.
That kind of makes me wonder if the Grinch was based on Krampus, like a lighthearted version of
Huh.
Krampus, because he's not a goat, but he looks like a monster. He's green. He wears a Santa outfit and he starts stealing Christmas. Like maybe he was based on Krampus. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's definitely something to look into.
Yeah.
But
I'm calling it.
I
It's
don't
a fact.
think so.
It's a fact.
Well, he's stealing everybody's Christmas, not just the bad kids. You know what I mean?
No, they were all
Or
bad.
people.
They were all bad. All those Who's were bad. Fuck them.
Let's see. The Grinch is related to the Christmas demon or beast known as Krampus. And
Uh-oh.
every 5th of December, they run through the streets during the Krampus run to catch naughty children and even adults and either whip, scare, or send them to hell in their sack or basket.
Damn.
Dude,
Yeah. So,
Christmas
you
starting
may
to
have
sound more
called that
like
one.
Halloween, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That's off of Reddit, so that might not be accurate. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I'm saying
you know
that.
what? You can quote me. It's a fact. It's a fact.
No, I'm just saying, Christmas is starting to sound more like Halloween, huh?
Right?
A little
Jeez.
It's like, be good or else.
I'm just curious how to turn from Halloween to like this jolly stuff now.
You know, I have actually heard that supposedly the Krampus is like Santa's evil twin or something. Like they're literally supposed to be twins, but one of them is good, one of them's evil. That was one thing that I heard about the Krampus, which is why he's supposed to wear like the Santa outfit, but kind of dark looking.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd heard that.
I have not, but interesting concept.
All right, what else we got?
What else? All right. Believing in first footing. What the fuck does that mean? This superstitious Christmas tradition has fallen out of favor in recent years, but first footing was the belief that the first person to cross the threshold of a home on Christmas Eve is considered good luck, especially if it was a dark-haired gentleman. I guess that means the first person to walk off the lot of your house, you'll be good luck. What are the rules for how long?
I think as soon as you step off, I guess.
Man, that
Sounds
sounds
like a dumbass tradition.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking your wife, BB. She was the first one out of the three to cross the threshold to the United States.
You're so dumb.
Racist bastard.
I swear to God, I was like, I guess she won.
Well, that's fine. I caught myself a good luck one. Next on the list.
By the way, it's not racist because I'm Mexican too.
Foregoing the tree. The Christmas tree was a real German tradition, and for many centuries you would have been hard-pressed to find people celebrating around the tree outside of Germany. Decorating Christmas trees only became popular internationally after Prince Albert and Queen Victoria were sketched standing next to one at Windsor Palace in 1848.
What was that? What was that other tradition called?
I guess
Yule log.
Oh, the Yule log, yeah.
So I guess that's not what they were doing. Maybe it was a completely different thing.
Yeah, maybe it was. I guess they were chopping down two trees, one to decorate and one to burn.
The Yule log tradition just starting to sound like Burning Man to me.
Yeah,
Man.
More or less.
So do they chop it down or do they like burn it while it's standing?
I think it would be while it's standing because it's all at once. If you're chopping it up, you're doing little by little unless you put one big ass pile together.
Who knows, man? I don't know. It's a weird ass tradition.
Yep.
Next,
we're going to move on to bestoflifeonline.com, where they have a couple more different outdated traditions here as well. One that I actually find kind of interesting, eating a Christmas goose. What? Yeah.
I've never had goose.
Neither have I. What am I trying?
It's as long as I remember, it's always been turkey or holiday ham or Jack in a Box. But yeah,
what about turducken?
Turducken, man, that's more of a Thanksgiving thing. Still want to try it, but yeah, like in stories and older movies, they would talk about eating goose for Christmas, and yeah, I've never had it.
Where would you even find the goose?
At a lake.
You're stupid.
What?
You answered that so fast with no hesitation or stuttering. At a lake.
I mean, people go hunting. They hunt geese and ducks.
That's true. Guns. Time to whip out your shotgun. Find yourself some goose.
I'm gonna have Smokey out there waiting for me, just looking for him.
But yeah, one year, man. We need to try that. Eat a Christmas goose. I want to give that. Maybe have some backup tamales or something, because in case it sucks and it tastes like shit, I want something edible.
Are we gonna hunt this ourselves, or are we gonna try and locate?
I'll let you hunt it
to buy.
I'm willing to bet that if you walk into like an H Mart, an Asian market, I'm willing
100%.
to bet you can find geese.
Dude, I've been in the back of a couple of places.
So you've seen some hanging at the back of the Asian markets and all that?
Yeah. So because of my job, I've delivered to a few different Asian markets, and they 100%. There was this one that I walked into, and they had like some pigs hanging, and they were splitting them open. They had some geese, they had duck, and they had a couple other things. I think they had like chickens. They looked pretty fresh. Like they had them hanging upside down and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely know I've seen pigs, duck, and geese.
Kako was like, "Not ducky. He wanted me to eat him, nice and roasted with some sauce on him." What's that movie called?
The pest, the pest.
The Pest. That was Coco when he saw them when he was doing his drop off. Not ducky.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I'm gonna check it out.